My name is Roy Quinto. I'm the Associate Directors of Admission for UCLA Anderson's Fully Employed MBA program. The reality is that an MBA is an excellent degree for folks who want to be more strategic thinkers. And so we find that our MBA students end up careering themselves, in typical like finance and consulting, but also they become leaders in their nonprofits. They become, entrepreneurs. So the graduate degree, our graduate degree program really does empower folks to create their own career paths, and it doesn't kind of hold them down to a particular specialization. So an MBA is a great degree to have for folks who want to look at diverse options in the future. So UCLA Anderson has 3 different flavors of MBA, and then we have 2 master's level programs and a PhD program. So it's a tough question to answer because each program has its own requirements and takes different lengths of time. But I would say typically the shortest of our programs would take probably a year to complete, year and a half, and our longer programs 5 or more years to finish. Most applicants that are applying to the non-MBA master's programs or the full-time program might have 2-3 years of work experience after undergrad. Our PhD and our fully employed and executive MBA programs, you might be looking at someone with 6 or more years of full-time experience after undergrad. All of these programs, it depends on how much prep time you need. All our programs do require a little bit of effort in terms of applying. So however long it takes for you to secure recommendation letters, get transcripts sent, write an essay, and in some cases study for a standardized test, you could see an application experience take as long as a year in some cases. It depends on the program, unfortunately. So, our programs that are targeting folks who are a little bit younger, there's a lot more support, financial resources, just because we appreciate the fact that you're just coming out of undergrad and you may not have the financial reserves to support a graduate education. But the key thing I think that all undergrads should know is just to do super well on your standardized test and do your best in your undergraduate courses so that you can keep your GPA up. Those two scores, your GPA and your standardized test, will be very important measurements for consideration of a grant or a scholarship fellowship. I feel like the resources that are available are changing constantly, and reaching out to a admissions officer like myself will help you get the most recent information about available financial resources. I think one of the questions that I hear the most is, can I keep my job while going to school? Because I know that there are grad programs where they require you to be on campus full-time. Once you leave undergrad and you career yourself and you start, enjoying the job that you're at, it's hard to imagine leaving that to go back to school full-time again. So it's nice to know that there are programs like the Fully Employed MBA that allow you to keep your job and also earn an MBA from UCLA. So that's one question. I think another typical question that I get is the questions you asked earlier. What are the financial supports that are available? What's amazing about UCLA Anderson's MBA programs is that the return on investment is huge. We have data going back the last 2-3 decades that show that the time that you spend at Anderson is well worth it. So the reason why I'm mentioning that is because you might need to consider getting loans in addition to scholarships to support your MBA journey. And that's 100% acceptable. We have plenty of folks, including myself. I went through the program and we had to secure loans to finish the program. So those are the 2 main questions. Can I keep my job and how do I pay for it? And the answer is you can keep your job and you can't afford it, I would say definitely the website is the first place to go. We find that lots of the questions that we've encountered over the years get answered usually on the website. But that's not the only kind of resource that we have available. We do presentations every month. And so we just invite any folks who are interested in any of our MBA programs to reach out to the program that they're most interested in, look at the website, attend one of our info sessions, but just start making yourself known. But once you do, we definitely follow up. We want to make sure that you have all the information you need. Yeah, I think that for our folks who are going to be graduating soon, graduate school is an option. And I know that when you leave undergrad, the last thing that's on your mind is going back to school. But it is an amazing experience to be in a graduate school. And our MBA program is a great example. You will be sitting next to astronauts. You'll be sitting next to a person who owns his own distillery. You'll be seated next to Imagineers. And imagine a classroom full of careers you've never, ever thought of. It would not have happened had you not chosen to go to graduate school. So my first piece of advice is imagine yourself in graduate school. It's definitely an option. And I would like to make sure that you know that there are folks on the other side in graduate schools that are there to help you. So don't feel like you need to figure this out all on your own. We are definitely there to assist you. And definitely, I'm really excited, if we end up getting a few folks from this, to welcome you to the Anderson family.